Alright everyone, this is Phantom here from Phantom Inc. And this video is not going to be part 5 of What If Deku became Kamen Rider Ryuki. No, it's a remake of episode 3 of What If Deku was Kamen Rider Ryuki. And episode 4 is also again a remake. No duh. Now, I should probably explain my reasoning for this. After finishing episode 4, I felt like I did a terrible job with it. And then I was thinking back to episode 3, and I was like, yeah, I didn't do good in that one either. That fact was also reinforced by one of you guys bringing up how you didn't like Ochako dying that quickly. And I admit, I wasn't thinking straight at the time. I tried to get the recording done in one day, and this is what happens. That stuff only works with one-shots. But as of right now, I'm gonna be remaking those episodes. And I've actually designed a new timeline that I'm gonna follow. So if you so let me just go grab it real quick. And yeah, I've designed a time. I designed the new timeline, and we're gonna cover 5 points in each one instead of 3. And I'm gonna make it so that more details are in these events, such as with the sports festival, because let's face it, it was kind of pointless for Scissors to invite the guys over or find out where they are. But I'm not going to disregard the first two, the episode 3 and 4. I'm actually going to reference them in a way. And just to let you know, for this episode, we're going to be covering the following points: the Bull Sharpshooter, Fem the Sports, Fate is Changed, Intern Teller, and Stained Event. So yeah, there won't... And there is someone who's going to die, and I think we all know who it is. Don't worry, it's not a Choco. Although I'm gonna have a problem with too many riders, so expect quite a handful of them to hit the bucket. Anyways. So yeah, just to reiterate the following rules, if I can, so let me go grab where I put that darn dingus. There, here it is. Izuku will be Ryuki, while everyone else will be chosen by the viewers via a voting system this time. I realized asking you guys in the comments instead of polls was not an effective solution, because it led to the decision of Ochako dying, because no one decided who Scissors should be. So I had to take the liberties of that. Thankfully, that someone did suggest who Zonda should be, and who Ouija is, and Tiger. Suggestions via comments will still be accepted, but if it's not a good suggestion, I won't use it. Only riders can eliminate the mirror creatures. Izuku will not go to UA. Rider forms can be used outside the mirror world. However, you won't be able to use your final Venta. I would say you can also not use your Advent, but there are instances where they have their contract monster help them, so I will allow that. Anyways, this will be the remake of episode 3, just reiterating. Now, you can't tell but I flick my fingers. Let the highlights begin. I think I botched that line. Anyways, to the Ryuki Cave! Now, we start off with something odd. Midoriya had to stay over at the cafe since it got very late. However, he wakes up in a panic. did I fall asleep? Then goes to check his phone and see the date is after the USJ. What? Was that all a dream? What? I. Okay. Alright, Izuku, calm down. You're probably just. It's probably a really vivid dream. If it doesn't happen in real life, it's not a dream. It was a dream. If it does, something else is going on entirely. Just to know he's saying this while also heading down. Oh, Izuku, you're awake. Morning, May. How are you doing? Izuku, it's noon. It is? Sorry. Yeah, you must have been very tired. Yeah, I was. I had the strangest dream, though. Oh? Do pray tell. Needs more sugar. Well, here's the thing. I was in the dream. It was almost as if I was just handling things normally. You know, as normal as things can be with the mirrors and all that. When I found out one of the UA students had gained an Advent deck. Oh, what happened to them? Well, after talking to them with Tamaki, they ended up dying. Oh, we also found out the identity of Scissors in that dream. Apparently, someone named Monoma Nato and Monoma. Oh, that seems like a really weird and specific dream. Yeah. Hey, where's Tamaki? Oh, he should be visiting the hospital. Right. Yeah. Well, let me help out, seeing as I took out that room. Nah, it's fine. I don't use that room. Meanwhile, with Tamaki, he's just finished visiting the hospital and checking on Nejire. Her conditions is still the same, and this time they informed him that they were bringing in someone with a quirk that could possibly help them understand what's going on. As he's walking to his bike, he passes by a payphone. Yes, those still exist, because there was quite a few villains who had EMP jam in so they figured, let's put payphones here just in the event that happens. And he decides to call Mirio because he left his phone behind at the cafe. Beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep beep beep. Grrr, grrr. I could just use a real phone. I don't need to do this, but God, I'd love to. The number you're reaching is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep! Hi, Mirio. It's me, Tamaki. Just visited Nejire. They say they're bringing in someone with a quirk that can help her. I mean, you probably already know that if you visited. I just want to let you know that we're doing fine and that you've been working hard. But you suddenly started working harder, so I just want you to take a break in case it gets too hard. That's all. Bye. Click! I can't drag him into this. He'll just get himself killed. And while hold on, what was I gonna say? Ah, yes. And while Tamaki he is driving back to the cafe, he hears the mirror sound. I should probably record that sound effect and use it, but one problem at a time. As soon as he hears it, he quickly changes direction and heads to the where it's coming from. He soon reaches just a bunch of alleyways and sees only a glimpse of the mirror monster. But that's enough for him to know, yeah, it's here. Henshin! And as soon as night enters, he looks around and doesn't see it anywhere. But he still stayed on guard, circling around just to make sure he's fine. And he's in a pretty wide open area at the moment. So if he does need to retreat, there's a bunch of alleyways behind him. Where is that? Gah! As soon as he starts speaking, he's hit by a huge blast, which launches him into a sign, and then he's falling down, breaking them. Gah! Where? This one has range. Quickly, he gets behind cover. It tries to determine where the blast is coming from. And as he's looking around, he spots the buildings from across him and thinks, it's most likely wherever it is, it's there. I should have called for backup. Alright, I don't have my phone. Across from Night, I think I've been referring to Tamaki as Night. Night as Tamaki. I think I might have. It's just when they're in the mirror world, I use their rider names. So yeah. Across from Night, we see not another monster, but another Kamen Rider. I know, not another Ryuki or another Forze. Why didn't they make another Forze Xenomorphish? I would have paid good money for that. And why did they build a sports guy? What part of build screams sports? I know he was possessed by someone who played sports, but come on, you can be more creative. Zeo, man. Where was I? Ah, yes. Kamen Rider Zonda, everyone. I don't know why I did that. Seems like he survived that. They seem to be getting tougher. Preparing another shot. Meanwhile, back with Night. I don't know, I blacked out for a second. I just figured he gets hit by another explosion. Night is then sent tumbling backwards. And he decides, okay, I think I have a good idea where it is. Time for a plan. Retreat! Quickly, he runs into the alleyway, having the idea that since this guy's all about range, close quarters combat won't work well for him. Zonda, seeing this, goes, oh, you naive child. As Night is running through the alleyway trying to come up with somewhat of a plan to deal with Zonda. Yes, I ain't gonna hide who it is, it's Zonda. He's suddenly punched in the gut. More like jabbed in the gut by something. And then sent flying into a bunch of trash. And there he sees Zonda's contract monster. Hold on, let me look up its name real quick. Manugia. Yeah, Manugia. So you, this is most like so. I can't focus. But before he can do anything, he's shot again by this time not by a big explosion, but by he's just shot, not blown up. As soon as Knight gets the sword, he quickly charges Azanda. However, due to the fact that Manugia, who I'm just gonna call Manu, the giant robotic bull is there, it's quickly a 2-on-1. Now, it's quite slow, so it doesn't really affect him that much, but Zonda does use him as a shield most of the time. And then Zonda decides enough is enough, and pulls out his card, and then activates a
Final Bento.
Then inserts his gun into a slot at the back of the big robotic bull. And then it opens up its chest, revealing a whole bunch of missiles. Knight, quickly thinking, dodges while this whole barrage is going on. And Zonda, however, he doesn't really escape unharmed. He still gets hit a bunch, which does end up damaging his left arm. Ah! I gotta hide. He turning around the corner, he prepares for Zonda to come after him. Hide all you want. You're not gonna... 4 times, why now? You win this time, Bounty. And then he leaves. And Knight has to make sure that the coast is clear. So, as soon as he can confirm Zonda's no longer there, he exits and then, with his damaged arm, attempts to ride back. It's not a pleasant experience, but he has to do it. And as soon as Tamaki enters the cafe, he quickly goes for the nearest unoccupied chair and then just sits down. Tamaki! What happened? Is there anyone else here? No, the cafe's empty right now. Melissa left to get something. God, okay. There's another rider. Another one? What does it look like? Screen. Contract monster is a bull. Uses guns. And as soon as Tamaki finishes, he looks at Midoriya and sees him wide-eyed. It's almost like... You know something, don't you? I had a dream. I think I had a dream. Maybe a premonition of some sort. That rider's name is Zonda, and it was attacked you after you were attacking the contract. Not a mirror monster. I thought there was a mirror monster. He just baited me. What? It seems like that premonition is half true. If only it was more useful. Don't say that, Tamaki. We most likely will find... Wait. Is that me? Hold on. What are you doing? Booking tickets for a sports festival. Why? If this premonition of mine is correct, we're gonna see another rider soon. What else did you find out in this premonition of yours? It's best not to say in case I'm wrong. But we will end up finding another ally. And if what my hunch is correct, we might be able to save someone this time. Great. I'm dealing with a psychic. Meanwhile, at a random room of some kind with a lot of storage and stuff. I apologize that I wasn't able to kill him. More skilled than I thought and more durable. Shouldn't have underestimated him. What do you mean you're gonna decrease it? Look, I've been your only source. Only person willing to kill Kamen Riders for you. And now you wanna sabotage me? Yes, I still have enough money to keep myself going for at least 7 months, but... What do you mean? Oh. Well, that's good information. So I'm gonna have to find a way to get in there. And eliminate them. Why waste so much time with this? Seems a bit too early. Potential. Does whoever you're working for know about this? No? No, don't blame me if you get caught. Alright. Bye. Look at yourself, Mustard. Hopefully I can still book a ticket for the sports festival. Now we cut to the day of the sports festival. The Turgio Sports Festival happens 2 days later. So that's why Tamaki is gonna be here. At least that's my headcanon for why they give them 2 weeks off. I mean 2 days off after the first year sports festival. At least I think. Tamaki and Izuku were able to get some good seats. Meanwhile, Melissa had to stay behind at the cafe, which she wasn't really happy about, but yeah. However, and the sports festival goes off as usual, but we cut to the battles. Since we would take Izuku's place instead. I think I'm gonna have another class B member do it. Kendo, yeah. We'll have Kendo take over. Yeah. I just want to let you on. I just want to include that part. Anyways, we cut to after Sero's fight with Todoroki where he lost. And he's walking down a corridor. And as soon as he passes a mirror, a giant claw grabs him. And he's dragged right in. And in the corner, and leaning against the wall is Monoma of Class 1B. Good job, Volcanus. Soon Class 1B will be victorious. That's one they scum think they survived. If it wasn't for me, they would have been dead. Can't be getting rid of them now. Too much. Will cause too much suspicion. Enjoy your meal. They say they upped up security, yet there's barely any cameras at all. Anyway, let's cut to the Choco and Bakugo fight. Now, at first, it's gonna seem like every other fight. Midoriya's praying to God that Bakugo doesn't win. But then something happens that Midoriya is expected to happen. Uchako pulls out an advent deck and transforms. Now, the fight goes how it did. I'm not gonna cover it. But as soon as Ochako is taken away and in the hospital room, the mirror world happens, and she's thinking, what is that sound? And she's taken in. Just then Tamaki and Izuku bust in, and see she isn't there. Hammer, she's been taken! Quick! Right. Henshin! And so they jump in. And now we find ourselves in the mirror world version of the sports festival. Where am I? We see Fem. Yeah, Ochako's Fem. I should have specified that. Standing in the middle of the stadium. And confused. It looks the same, but also not. Where is everyone? Okay, Chaco, it's just a bad dream. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fem turns to see Scissors there. With his finger on his chin, just giving it, that one intriguing look. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Are you a villain? What? No. Nothing of the sorts. I am simply a gosh! Before he can finish, he's drop kicked by both Knight and Ryuki. You okay? What? What's going on? Calm down. Tell me, when did you get that deck? What? I'm surprised you two are here to foil my plans. I should have expected to see you here, Scissors. You really think so low of me that I would stoop to murder? Considering your track record, most likely. Well, you have no proof. What happened to Sero? You have no proof.
Advento.
No. Knight, do you think you can handle this? I'll make sure that Fem is okay. What? We're using code names. Names so your identity is somewhat protected. Okay. Alright. Look, Hazardous, get rid of him already! I'll deal with you two now.
Strike Bento.
Listen, Fem. Pull out a card and activate it. He's gonna be a tough opponent. Who are you exactly? A friend. I'm Ryuki, that's Knight, that's Scissors. This is all you need to know is Scissors bad. Alright.
Sword Bento.
So then Ryuki and Fem charge at Scissors. Scissors who grabs Ryuki's sword and tries to swing him around, but Fem jabs him in his side. In retaliation, he swings Ryuki to hit her, which ends up causing them both to bump into each other. In the distance, we see Zonda with his gigantic cannon. The actual giant cannon he uses to shoot. And just before he can do anything, a whip suddenly grabs his hand and he sees a pink rider. Another interference. You're new. But we're not gonna focus on them right now. Back with Fem and Ryuki, Scissors has called back Volcancerous to deal with them while he goes deal with Night. And Fem is still trying to process the fact that there's these mirror monsters around. Quick, activate your advent card. What? The one that looks like it has an animal. Gek! I can't hold him off much longer. Quickly, she does as she's told. She's told. I think I'm saying that right. And quickly activates an
アドベント
which summons Block Wing, which begins to attack Volcancerous, giving them time to recover. Alright. You good? I think so. I haven't really recovered from... Look out! Quickly, Ochako pushes both her and Midori. Fem pushes both Ryuki and her out of the way as they dodge an incoming shot. Quickly, the two of them see both Raya and Zonda engaged into a fight. Are they friends of yours? The green one, no. The pink one, maybe. We have to get you out of here. What? It's too dangerous. Besides, just then they hear the sounds of a mirror monster, and that briefly catches Night off guard. Actually, no, it catches Scissors off guard. Meanwhile, Night isn't. This gives him the chance to strike at him with his giant lance, jabbing him in the stomach. Ah! Oh, you think you've won? Heck, helping that class 1A scum! Ochako hearing this realized, wait, that's that kid from class 1B. What's he doing? If I had to guess, he's getting rid of... He wanted to get rid of you guys. You just happen to be a writer. What? You got dragged into a war you weren't aware of. Ochako then just crouches with her, putting her hands over her head, just trying to process all this. Look, right now's not the time. If you don't... Have you feed in your contract, monster? What? If you don't feed it, it will come after you. We can probably find that advent monster here. That could work. Just as he says that, the polar bear guy, the polar bear with 4 arms shows up and starts attacking both Volcancerous and Blockwing. With the latter, they're retreating. Meanwhile, Volcancerous is just engaged in the fight, per se. Scissors, seeing this, quickly activates his
ファイナルベント
and does the whole thing to ignite, but the polar bear ends up getting in the way because its target just disappeared and decided to go after Night. This ends up killing the polar bear, whose essence flies out. And Ochako, no wait, and Ryuki, he tells Fem to command her monster to eat the essence, which it ends up doing. Okay, we bought you time. Let's try and find the mirror you came from and get out. Ah! You think you can barge in here and ruin my plans? I'm gonna try killing you all. And just before he can do anything, another shot is fired, which hits Scissors, Ryuki, and Fem, causing the ladder to be knocked into a wall and debris falling down. Ryuki, having flashbacks, quickly runs, activating his
アドベント
and
ガードベント
Dragazar to stop the incoming debris and using his shields to protect Ochako. Ochako, looking up, sees him struggling to hold the debris, and when she hears Ryuki say, "Go! Don't leave me behind," she actually stays and she actually tackles them both out of the debris, effectively saving them both. Thank you. No, I should be taking you. But before anyone else can continue with what they're doing, Raya and Zonda still are kind of, you know, that thing with siblings where one of them wants to watch the channel, they both grab the remote and pull left and right, you know. They hear a voice. All riders present in the sports festival with the following names: Zonda, Raya, Scissors, Fem, Ryuki, and Knight. Hosu City. A new event will commence. Prepare. Rest up. Well, looks like I have to go. Then, I wonder what this one would be. And with that, Scissors and Zonda end up leaving, and Raya does afterwards. Not even bothering to say hi to the group. What was that? A new event. Hold on. Are you familiar with this cafe? Insert name. Yeah. When you go there, say the phrase, "Mirrors are often an illusion." That's what I told you. I know, I couldn't come up with anything there. We'll meet there, so I can explain more. Thank you. I hope things work out for you. And with that, they all leave. Yuki and Knight end up leaving through a mirror, but they don't end up where they end up back in the cafe on the first floor. What just happened? I don't know. That's a first, but I'm not complaining. My arm. We shouldn't have pushed. I thought I would have covered by then. Here. Let's bandage you up. And so that was the sports festival. And look, Ochako didn't die this time. Yay! On another note, I don't think I did that fight scene good, but college is a pain. Specifically this year. Damn group projects. Now, I don't remember if I said we cut to the day, but I'll say it again. We cut to the day after the sports festival, and currently there's an ongoing investigation on where Sarah went. Because the only person Monoma was able to get was Sarah before being rudely interrupted. Ochako is walking towards the cafe with many questions on her mind. And when she enters, she says the phrase, "Mirrors are often an illusion." And as if on cue, Midoriya pops out. "Glad you can make it. Where did you... Oh, right, the counter. Right, I'm sure you have many questions. So, well, ask them. Ask them. Oh, okay. What's going on? I'm sorry, there's so many questions in my mind. How about I explain things? And I'm not gonna have him explain everything. Like, let's just cut to after explanation. One explanation later. Oh my god. So, Sarah, unfortunately, I don't want to be in this. You don't really have much of a choice. The moment you have that card deck with you, you're stuck. Saw someone try to leave. It didn't end well for them. So, am I just supposed to live with this knowledge? Should this be reported? That wouldn't work. Whoever is organizing this is very powerful, so we could end up putting more people's lives in danger. Uh, excuse me, Chaco, is it? I have a question. Why do those voices sound similar? You know, I'm gonna sort of give Melissa a bit of a Texan accent, or just more American. I'll try that. What question? Where did you get? Ugh, hold on. Where on earth did you get that card deck? Oh, I found it. It was as a gift. I had only a week to train with it. That's not good. Well, seeing as the next event is in Hosu and you're invited, it, you're gonna need to do some training. I just wanted to be a hero to help my parents. Now I'm in a war. Believe me, I'm here for one reason. I want to stop this and find out who killed my friend. So, do you have anything you want to ask? Uh, do you have mochi? Do we? Yeah, no. Tamaki? I'm not sharing my food with anyone. You're gaining confidence. Oh, look at you growing up. Stop. Is he really that same guy? Believe me, I was shocked as well. Wait, is Midoriya? Yes, Tamaki? Remember the premonition you told me? Yeah. Was was Uraraka supposed to die? What? Yeah, but the fight didn't happen at the sports festival. It happened somewhere else. Do you think what you're having isn't a premonition? What do you mean? Maybe, just maybe, we could be dealing with something entirely different. I'm not sure though. Yeah. Oh yeah, your internships are coming up. It's best to find one that's near Hosu City. Oh, yeah, that would be good. Although I'll have to explain why I ran off. That shouldn't be too hard. Wait, Hosu's where Stain is. You don't mean... What do you mean? What are you guys talking about? The last event we had was at the USJ. Me, Scissors, and Knight fought that creature. You mean the Nomu? Yeah, that one. After we defeated it, it ended up exploding. So you think this event might have something to do with more Nomus? I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was thinking about maybe Stain. The hero killer? That will be problematic, but we don't really know much about his quirk other than probably needs to cut you. And our armor's durable, so we should be fine. Araka? Mm? It, it's just... Ingenium was attacked there. Really? I should have... Helped up with the news. We were busy that day. We wouldn't have known. And my friend Ida is his brother, so I'm kind of worried about him. In your premonition, did you end up having to fight Stain or something? I remember in that one, I fought him in the real world. I just sent my contract monster after him. How did that turn out? Oh, he went flying. I'm starting to think that was a. I'm starting to think that was more dream than a premonition. Do you guys think you can give me some pointers or something? Um, well, we probably won't be able to. If your internships come up, pick a hero that helps with combat. Eh. Okay, it's just with that armor, I can't use my quirk. That's the thing. Quirks are effectively disabled. That shouldn't have. That. It's weird for the first week or so. But you should get used to it. Unless you're quirkless, however, in which case you've already are used to it. Yep. Oh, you're quirkless? Yep. I was planning on being a hero with my friend. Uh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's fine. Anyways, we should probably get. You should probably head back in case. Here, we'll give you a treat to take back. Oh, you're too kind. So we cut to. During the next few days, Tamaki had his sports festival, which he did alright. He did pretty good, but Mirio came in first. And Ochako ended up getting in her internship offers, one of them being Gunhead, but since he wasn't in Hosu, so that would be a problem. However, it was revealed that his patrol routes do go through it, so his patrol routes were planned for Hosu, so the point is he and his group are gonna be patrolling Hosu, so yeah. Midoriya and Tamaki also head to Hosu to get ready. And they end up staying at a hotel a motel that Melissa booked for them. In case any mirror monsters came around, and also to help Ochako with anything. However, on that note, we see what looks to be Mustard talking on the phone again. Not only did you fail to kill that damn new rider, you had hundreds of opportunities to get rid of the rest. Yet one pink fellow ruined it all for you. Listen, if you just give me more time. Oh no, you don't get more time. You get me results. Looks like I'll have to step in after the next event. Which true. Listen, please. I know I made a mistake, but come on, you can't do this. Oh, I can and I will. Just be glad I'm not sending my work partner to deal with you. Honestly, you were so effective, but now they're getting good. You're not? I guess there's only one other option. What's that? Check the box right next to you. But how did that get there? Take my work partner. Mustard then goes to open the box, and in it, he sees what looks like a survive card. But it looks more broken and rusted. I assume you heard of the survive card. A new addition to this game given to the last standing riders. Which number? Not even I'm aware of. What you have is a prototype version of the card. It will give you power, but it won't be as effective as the real one. So just more strength then? Yes, pretty much. More strength, endurance, jump height. It will cover your weaknesses. Use it well. Now let's head over to the day the event has started. Ochako's whole thing is done with Gunhead and Patrol and stuff, so he's not active right now. So she's able to sneak off and head to the location given. There she sees Izuku and Tamaki, and 5 minutes before the event begins. They don't see Zonda or Raya or Scissors anywhere. So, I just had a question about the last event you guys did. Oh, sure, ask away. You said that they can't harm us in there, right? Yep. The events are the time riders are excluded from fighting each other. Uh, this soon as the event began, we saw those villains attacking you all, so we sent a message early. Yeah, it was risky though, since I wasn't supposed to be at UA. Right. You think something's likely gonna happen this time? Probably. And just as they're gonna continue talking, they hear a loud explosion off in the distance. And, however, before they can investigate it, the mirror world starts making noises, signifying that the event is beginning. So they all enter it. As soon as they enter, they see they see Raya, Zonda, and Scissors. Look, I was thinking you all wouldn't show up. You villain! Fem, calm down. We can't let our anger get in the way of things. Alright. I'll try and remain calm. So, have any of you seen the administrator? Oh, don't look at me. I just got here. I am not aware of any administrator. Oh, great. What are we doing then? Guess we kind of have to wait a bit. That won't be necessary. As if on cue, the administrator shows up, and when everyone turns to see it, they see a man with blue armor and a bit of a shark motif. That's right, it's Abyss. Welcome all to this event. I am Abyss, and I'll be the administrator for this. And I see you got unlucky keep being chosen, my fellow administrator, but you know how the rules are. From the big man himself. Yeah. Now, with this event, here's the rules. You are to protect the target, who is actively hunting the villain known as Stain. In this event, you all will have to work together to ensure that Stain does not reach the target. You can kill him, and you will be fine. And you will win instantly. Killing? Won't that kill him in the real world? As if he doesn't deserve to be killed. However, on your way here, there will be 3 entities that you will have to fight. Not like the standard mirror monsters you've had to deal with. However, be warned. The mirror stain, as we'll refer to him from now on, is agile, quick, and skilled. He will be actively moving. And if he engages with the target, he will hunt him down. So, the event will start in 2 minutes. Plan quickly. And plan well. And with that, everyone begins to discuss things. Okay, so we have to stop Stain. And so we don't have to worry about his quirk, I assume. No, you don't. Won't work here. How did you... Don't question it. Alright, if those entities are here, it's most likely Nomu's. Oh great, not them! I barely survived one of them! And in fact, I never thanked you guys for that. So thank you. Wow, that's a great thank you. I just wish we didn't have to fight all the time. What was that? Nothing. Okay, so what should be the plan? Okay, I assume you're not that fast on that, if I'm correct. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna assume you're listening. So, in case there's an area, in case things go awry, just stay back and shoot. Up there, you have a good vantage point. Fem, Knight, you're with me. Scissors and Raya. Raya. You all will try and hunt Stain. Oh, so you're gonna get the easy job. If I didn't say fight him. Keep track of him. We'll stay with the target to ensure he's safe. That's a good plan. Would work if the target wasn't already being hunted by Stain. What? The time limit went off. The target found him already. And now is currently engaged in combat, so I suggest you run. Damn it! Shh. Wait! Ryuki! Before Fem can finish her sentence, Ryuki has already ran off. But before the other two can join in, they're stopped by the eyeless Nomu. Okay, this is different from before. Fem, hope that training helps you. Right, let's go! And with that, they start fighting the eyeless Nomu. Scissors, meanwhile, stands back and thinks, okay. They should be able to handle it. 2 swords shall work. Doesn't look like the same one, so... Before he could say it, he's grabbed by the wing Nomu. Ah! Put me down! Shh! Shh!
Strike bento.
Quickly, with his new claw, Scissors tries to clip the Nomu's wings, but it keeps just moving around in a hyperactive way that's just disoriented him. However, Zonda, ever the gentleman, quickly pulls out the
Shoot bento.
and blasts the winged Nomu off the sky. Ah! Ah! I'm sorry. Seeing that Scissors is gonna fall, Raya activates her
Advento.
to summon Evil Diver to catch Scissors midair. Ah! And bring him down next to her. Thank you. I thought I was gonna be I'm a flapjack or something. I'm not gonna let Riders die. That's a foolish girl just like that red one. Ugh. And no thanks to you for shooting me midair. You needed help, so I gave you it. Well, looks like those two are still busy with that thing. And what Scissors was referring to was Knight and Fem's fight with the eyeless Nomu. It's not absorbing it, so it's not like that one. But heaps are generating. It's getting annoying. Sword slashes aren't doing much to it. Well, maybe we need more swords.
Bento.
By that, more knights appear. I wonder how much it cost to have that much to make the suits for that. Or did they just use good camera angle and never mind. And with that, the team begins. The two of them begin slashing it more and more. And due to the increased barrage, it's not looking too good. However, Raya also joins in, just joins in, deflecting its attacks by just punching it out of the way. Be gone, you foul demon.
Final Bento.
As soon as Raya activates it, Evildoer appears, in which case she jumps on it, riding it towards the eyeless Nomu, and crashing into it. And the damage it done ends up. Hold on. Sorry, just hold on. I'm having a bit of a brain fart here. Ends up blowing the Nomu up, effectively destroying it. Okay, we dealt with all of them. There's still one more left. What? Just then, they see one more Nomu. The four-eyed one. However, before they can do anything, it activates its tongue cage quirk. But instead of hitting them, it goes after the two corpses of the Nomus. And it absorbs it absorbs them. Did it just eat it? And I never thought I'd see those creatures cannibalizing, but first time for everything. With that, Scissors charges at him. However, the 4-Eye Nomu activates its release quirk, using the energy from the other two Nomus to launch a powerful blast, knocking Scissors into. Sorry, I just thought I heard something. Knocking Scissors into a nearby building. Ouch! With that, the 4-Eye Nomu begins to use its muscle augmentation quirk to grow even stronger. And it soon charges at Raya, who isn't able to defend themselves in time, and is then punched into a nearby billboard. Fem and the 4 other knights quickly attack it. Thankfully, they don't have to deal with the regeneration quirk. Unthankfully, they have to deal with the absorb and release quirk. And as soon as it builds up enough energy, it lets off a huge blast. I think. I'm doing my own thing with this pirate. That thing's unbeatable. I hope. I can only hope Ryuki finishes this. That won't be necessary. I have a solution. Zonda then draws a new card and sees it's the prototype of the Survive card. Let's just survive. Ah! Let's see what this does. Proto survival. I ain't gonna include a. You're all gonna have to imagine what this card looks like. I don't have it ready, so yeah. And with that, Zonda transforms into Zonda Survive. Now here's where things are gonna get odd. Because on one hand, I could use a Survive design, or on the other hand, since this is a prototype, it just gives Zonda the power boost. We'll go with the power boost until we can actually give Zonda a Survive card. Yeah, just so this doesn't get too broken. Quickly, Zonda decides that since this thing ain't gonna be absorbing everything, quickly activates a
ファイナルベント
and then fires a whole barrage of it. However, a bit before that, Scissors has just gone up, but before anything can happen, he suddenly picked up and tossed. Ah! And where is he tossed into? Directly into the line of fire of Zonda's final vent. And however, this isn't like a normal missile barrage. This is basically cluster bombs upon cluster bombs. The Nomu begins screeching in pain and tries to use its absorb quirk, but it's too damaged to even do anything. In desperation, it tries to use its hug quirk, but nothing is working. The barrage cannot be stopped. And at first, everyone else is thinking, okay, good, we're surviving. However, they hear Scissors screaming in pain. The screaming then stops as soon as the bombardment does. The Nomu is dead, and Scissors is still standing. Now, which one of you? As soon as before he could continue, everyone hears a crack noise. They then see that Scissors' belt card deck, has cracked, and then it shatters. No, 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 no. Scissors turns and is greeted with the face of his contract monster, and he is and he is terrified. Buddy, remember all the things we did? How I fed you? Wait, what are you doing? Ah! And as quickly as he began to scream, it dies, because his contract monster begins eating him alive. This horrifies everyone. However, Zonda then proceeds to just use the cannon he has to fire a shot, killing the contract monster, because as soon as it's finished eating, it would attack them. And the hit is successful, and thanks to the survive card, the explosions this time happened 3 times. Basically, with Zonda's version of the survive card, explosions happen multiple times. I'm going with that. Is he? He is dead. May your soul find peace. What was that just now? That survive card. That Scissors being thrown into your line of fire. You had something to do with this, didn't you? Not that I'm aware of. Alright, then the survive card. How did you get one so quickly? I thought we got rid of those prototypes. Granted, I heard about them and how the big man himself got rid of them. Looks like someone in our ranks managed to get it. Who could it be? Well, oh, don't worry. Death happens all the time. You'll get used to it. Did did we win? No. What? We killed all the That wasn't the main goal of completion. Besides, looks like something happened with your friend. What happened with Ryuki? Oh, nothing much. However, let's just say reality is now in his grasp. What? What, you mean he's entered? Yep. And I ain't bothered to deal with it. So you all gonna wait here until he gets back. Or at least completes his goal. Speaking of Ryuki, we cut to him running through alleyway after alleyway, not realizing that he's entered the real world. And this quick, and he's trying his best to find where the target is. However, he soon begins to hear clashes of some kind, and then runs towards them. And just as soon as he gets there, he sees Stain holding his sword above Ida, about to stab him. No!
ストライクベント
Quickly, as soon Yuki fires off a Hadouken. Not really. He fires off a shot at Stain, who quickly blocks it with his sword. Who are you? Are you a new hero or vigilante? Doesn't matter. Step aside. The hero killer is mine. Wait. Hold on. Invalid. How did I end up in reality? Another fake. Come to disturb me. I don't know what you want, Stain, but I'm not gonna let you hurt this child. Oh, please. He's a fake in the making. It's best if I get rid of it.
ソードベント
This confuses Stain and Nita, not native. He's kind of can't hear things at the moment. Don't worry, he's not dead yet. Until they see a sword just fly from the air and air out of nowhere. And this kind of shocks Stain and Nita, who's wondering, what kind of quirk needs playing cards to be used? Look at me, I'm hand chopping in the air. I just had to do that. However, that moment of hesitation gives Ryuki a chance to charge at Stain, who quickly blocks it. So, you stand against my goal. What even is your goal? Killing heroes? That doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't understand. They're corrupt. They care about fame and wealth. Only real heroes should exist. Then what was Ingenium? I'm sure he doesn't care about fame or wealth. Isn't that right, Ida? How are you aware of my name? Sports festival. Don't worry about it. He was a fake. The only real hero is All Might, and I will die by him. And why you kill Ida? He's young. He is out for revenge. That's not what a hero should do. Not what a hero should do. And as if in that very moment, Ryuki suddenly gains a boost in power from the sheer amount of rage he has at this moment. What's wrong with wanting closure? Quickly, he slashes at Stain's sword, which ends up staggering him a bit. What's wrong with feeling anger? Another hit, this time a lot more severe. What's wrong? We're being human! The next slash ends up shattering Stain's sword. You think your goal is noble. You think that all heroes should be like All Might. You're wrong. All Might is an impossible standard set by that he set. Ingenium was a real hero. The heroes who cared about money had families they needed to support. So don't go blaming them for the stuff that the Hero Commission has allowed to be created. In fact, your goal is flawed. Your goal is corrupt. The fact that you're willing to kill a child instead of teaching him how the right ways just proves the fact that you don't even believe what you preach. And let me show you your mistake. In a blaze of glory.
アドベント
Fiery ferocity of a dragon's flames. Dragon's art bursts out of the mirror, nearest reflection, which no one sees, and charges at Stain. Stain, terrified, quickly tries to launch knives at it, but Dragosaur and Izuku's righteous fury knows no bounds, as it ignores those pesky knives that don't even bother it, and grabs Stain with its mouth, flying into the air with him. Then, in a circular motion, it then throws Stain into the ground near the recently exploded Nomus, knocking him out for good. Ryuki then turns to Ida. Revenge isn't a bad thing, but your brother is still alive. You were angry, and that's okay. You're only human. No, I let myself become a monster. You were angry! You saw Stain do injustice and you wanted justice delivered. I'm sure everyone else would say what you did was wrong. Does being a hero mean you have to sacrifice your humanity? What? Of course not! Then why is it that it seems like everyone is doing it? Who are you exactly? Why do you have a card deck similar to my classmates? I'm Kamen Rider Ryuki. And let's just keep this meeting between us. Why not? At this moment, there was an event going on, much similar to the one at the USJ. What? No, the Noma you fought, we destroyed in the event, which ended up destroying it. I can't say much, but just so you know, your classmate Sarah was killed. The disappearances are linked to what we're dealing with. So, are you? I'm just a writer trying to stop the fight. Bring him to first aid. Say that you heard screaming and went after it. Is my classmate? She's fine. Me and my friend are making sure she doesn't get attacked. I hope to see you become a great hero. Thank you. I must get going. So do I. And with that, the two of them run off, wondering if they'll meet each other again. God damn, that moment was great. That was an improvement over what happened in episode 4. Anyways. Quickly, Ryuki is pulled in by a hand, which turns out to be a Abyss into the mirror. I don't know how you managed to get into the real world, but congratulations, everyone, apart from Scissors. What happened to him? He died. What? His deck broke and his contract monster ate him. Seems like he was thrown into the line of fire. What? Not important right now. Anyways, congratulations, you all. You just won survive cards. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get going. Wait, Abyss? I was just wondering why the big man himself wasn't, well, relaying information to me, or... you know how he is. He's private and all that. Anyways, get out of here, you crazy kids. I'm gonna go home. And with that, the event at Hosu ends. The news ends up reporting what happens with Stain, where he was just tossed into the air and then flung down. However, unbeknownst to Yuki and Stain, someone actually recorded the fight. However, the video does end up glitching at specific parts, which no one can know why. It does record his speech though, and there wasn't really a good camera angle to catch Ryuki. It ends up going viral. And people are wondering who was that man fighting Stain. And the internships comes to an end. Ida doesn't get into trouble, as they will end up believing his lie that he heard screaming and found native, and he made sure it bypassed the lie detector in a way. Ochako ends up meeting Ochako, and also finishes her internship and actually end up learning a lot. Meanwhile, Ryuki and hold on, no, Izuku and Tamaki are talking with Melissa about what happened with Scissors. They're kind of curious as to who threw him, because from Tamaki's point of view, no one was close enough to throw him. That still strikes them as odd. And when Ochako and Ida end up meeting, he ends up asking about Ryuki, in which he says, I can't really reveal much, I'm sorry. And Ida accepts it, because he technically is also hiding the lie. However, unbeknownst to everyone, something else is happening. And it's night at the moment. I knew using this card would be risky. But to think that it would cause such drastic differences needs more time to be perfected. Honestly, I wonder myself. No matter. Things don't change. However, the numbers are growing concerning. And one of my administrators thinks he can go behind my back. No. I shall introduce a new variable. Now, time to find your rightful host. And with that, part 3 of What If Deku was Kamen Rider Ryuki, part 3, hold on, I think I already said that, is finished. Now I gotta say, doing this remake was so much better. I felt satisfied. With the last two videos, they didn't cover much. They only did, oh, look at here, Ashaka died, oh, look at here, Stain, Raya, all that stuff. But with this one, I ended up merging the two together and getting a much better result. Now, Achako's still alive, so yay! However, since Scissors now has an identity, he dies. Yeah, that's how. Yes, yeah. Now, as always, you guys can comment down who you want as your pick for a Kamen Rider. And the main contenders is actually Gaia, because we already have someone who recommended a good pick for someone for some future ones. Now, I just gotta say before I finish off that with how with my recent things in college, there may be a lot more delays in videos in the near future, and I hope to avoid that. I'll let you guys all know. However, I am gonna try and do a different video next video, because I still need to think about the part 4 of the remake, because I don't write the scripts, I think about the ideas and execute them as best as I can. So yeah, let me know if this was better than part 3. And yes, I did use time event to justify why the remake happened. I know, I know. And look at me ripping off the show I'm basing this off on. Yeah. Anyways, and with that, I bid you all adieu.
タイムベント。アドベント、アドベント、アドベント、アドベント、アドベント、アドベント、アドベント。アドベント。